How's it going, crypto community? This is Jade, the XRP Martian, back with another short little video for you. This one, we're going to be going over a few different things regarding SBI. First, I wanted to share a little snippet from, I guess it'd be the background page of Hayato Sato, who is the president and representative director of SBI Capital Base. Now, SBI Capital Base is I guess Japan's first fundraising platform is how it's being described. At any rate, I'm not so interested in the fundraising aspect as much as how this is contributing to FinTech 2.0 through a what they call a 0-to-1 business development model. And so this reads, SBI Capital Base is in the process of 0-to-1 because I am, this being Sato, let me read his name again, Hayato Sato, saying that I am in the process of drawing up the plans and collecting members who agree with that inspiration. I feel the weight and responsibility of my responsibilities as a part of SBI's virtual currency ecosystem. We will not only contribute to FinTech 2.0, but also provide financing through existing stocks and bonds, bridging the virtual currencies business and the existing financial business. I want to be an existence, and this is translated so it's going to sound a little bit butchered, but I want to be in existence that the distinctive features of the business model is to provide various means of financing with one stop through an online platform, and to provide the venture with the best means of financing according to the amount and purpose of procurement. For that purpose, I am improving the system every day, the system of this SBI Capital Base, which again, he's using their SBI virtual currencies to help establish. So that's really the big takeaway that I want to share. And that comes, again, thanks to XRP Legend. I want a big shout out to whom, because thank you so much, dude, for helping me keep up to date on the big developments and things going on in the ecosystem right now, since I am traveling. I don't have a lot of time to do this research myself right now, so I do really deeply appreciate your help, and to everybody else out there who is helping keep me in the loop of what all is going on here, right? So he also shared an awesome diagram that I wanted to bring up here that is showing how SBI virtual currencies is utilizing XRP as a means of capturing volume and retaining it so that they can provide reliable through volume for their exchanges that they're going to be performing, such as what we just read off from Mr. Sato's new SBI Capital Base platform, right? So something else that's interesting that it also ties into SBI is that we saw earlier today XRP, let me pull up the XRP live charts here. Oh, sorry, I wanted Fiat Leak, because Fiat Leak on XRP earlier was showing a massive influx of volume from Japan and Korea, South Korea, and that's actually what I personally believe is what drove the price up, because I don't know if we can pull this up here. We'll pull up the last 12, and maybe this will hopefully update here, but at any rate, what's really interesting about this is that we watched as the price of XRP went through the roof, so to speak. You know, we had a relative nice pump of about 3% pump over the course of no more than 4 hours. And during that pump, which isn't showing now, unfortunately, I thought that loading that would show it for you, but at any rate, the pump that came was by and large driven by Japan. So highly likely that that pump came from SBI. Now, I have not yet checked the XRP chart to see if they've added SBI to their live charts yet. So I'm going to check that real quick. No, it does not seem that we are getting any such thing from the SBI charts yet. Unfortunate. If anybody over there who is in charge of SBI or the XRP charts is watching this, could you guys try and get that added as soon as possible? I'm sure it's not an easy task, but it'd be really helpful so that we can as a community, as journalists for the community, keep our community members up to date on that, right? So I'd really like to have a lot more data on this, but unfortunately, because it's a brand new platform, there's just not a whole lot available, as you can see, right? So again, huge shout out to XRP Legend for sharing this information. And you know, it wasn't a whole lot to share, but it's still interesting little food for thought. And also, we are, everybody needs to keep in mind that, you know, yes, SBI went live. Yes, the price didn't go to $10 overnight, you know, like many of us would have liked, myself included, right? But nonetheless, we are still watching as the volume is gradually increasing on XRP, right? So if I bring us over here to our actual price chart, you know, you can actually see what happened over the course of, I guess it was about 5 hours that the run up occurred, right? From its bottom here. And this did break trend, as you see here on the prices, right? So we are now above our trend for our previous run up here. Now, we did not set a new high on the, I guess this would be the daily trend here, not yet. So we'll see if this consolidation that we're in ends here in the next hour or two before the close of the day. You know, it's just the beginning of the day, so we have several hours before this candle that we're in right now closes. So it could very easily run itself up and come back up to the almost 33 cent range that we saw on the 27th of July. If we can get that, that will be a very strong, very strong indicator that the XRP's price is ready to move back up into the upper 30 cent, maybe even the 40 cent range over the course of this coming week, right? This isn't going to play out. I don't expect this to play out rather over the next day, but if we can close in the 33 cent range in the next, what would it be? I think it's the next 12 hours. We have about 10 hours to, time zones have me a little bit off right now. I think we're about 10 hours though from the close of the daily. Let me see what hour we're on right here real quick. Yes, so 10 hours from the close on the daily before we have confirmation that we're going to be in a position to see a strong uptrend over the course of this week. We also have news out from MoneyGram that they are not expecting their volume to have a real impact on the price this quarter. However, they do believe that their volume is going to have an impact on the price in Q4. So by as soon as October, we should start to see MoneyGram's volume start to have a real impact on XRP's price. So keep an eye out for that. And hopefully we can see the price once again push up into this 33 cent range. As you see here, the colors, for those of you who are not familiar with Fibonacci's, if we actually were to tag 33 cents, that would actually push us up into a new price range, which would be very good for our long-term trend that we've been tracking here for quite some time. Now, I know that there are many lines all over, but these are trend lines, so you don't have to pay attention to those. Most of these I could actually get rid of. I just like to see the trend ranges where the price plays. As you see, for those of you who are looking at your screens right now, these descending and ascending, you know, verticals that I have drawn or diagonals rather, that I have drawn all over the screen, the price actually obeys them to a large degree, right? And that's why they're there. So they aren't so much a rule of law that the price is going to reject off of one. They're just simply a range. They show a range where at any given day the price is likely to play within. And as we see here, the price is actually right now being suppressed just around this descending range here, right? So we'd like to see on the daily this close above this so that we can see hopefully the price push up to, again, the 33 cent range over the next day. And if we can push through that, then our next range will be, you know, 33.3 cents and then even higher, right? So but this range that we have been playing in, as I was going to point out, we've been playing in this essentially since we collapsed down into the 33 cent back on the 12th of July. So coming up on almost a month long in this trade range. So it would be very nice to see this the price break back into this darker blue range, which is between what is known on the Fibonacci as the 618 and the 786. If we can move back into that range, then that would be a very bullish indicator that we will see continuation into a higher price range. Now, obviously, because there is the potential for our price trend to flatten out or to go flat, depending on what term you like to use for such movements, we could move up into this darker blue range, and we'll see the price play in there for several days, as we've seen it do within this lighter blue range that we've been in essentially since the, well, I guess we'll say since the 30th, right? So that's your price update today. It's a very slow news day. There's not a whole lot going on, but there is still some interesting moves to be seen and some interesting statements that have been brought to my attention that I wanted to share with y'all. Now, in my closing here, and I think just because I have not hit the 10-minute mark here yet, a little bit over. Anyways, I like to be the mediator of sorts in social confrontations, because I do deeply appreciate all of our community here on YouTube. And so it has come to my attention that I don't know if it's because some individuals are misinforming other individuals in our community, but there is a dirty little rumor going around that Sam I Am is trash talking other YouTubers. And so I had to go and watch his recent video where this claim is apparently coming from, and I want to point out something. Sam I Am is a genuinely good dude. He's, in my opinion, from everything that I've seen from him over the course of the last almost year that I've followed him, he is a genuinely good guy. Does he get a little bit hype? Yes, absolutely. But that's because he likes to dig deep and he likes to entertain ideas before just discarding them. So in his most recent video, it was claimed that he was attacking Alex Cobb, Brad Kimes, CKJ, so on and so forth. And in reality, if you actually listen to his video in the segment where he even mentions those individuals, the statement he is making is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sam I Am, and I love to go on deep dives, unlike these other YouTubers who like to stick to the facts. So it was not an attack against anybody else. It was simply Sam I Am saying, hey, I'm going to do my thing that I know a lot of you attack me for. So if you want to attack me, go ahead and attack me in the comments, because he does receive a lot of hate for doing such. It has nothing to do with him going after the other YouTubers. And in fact, I know that he has a lot of respect for Alex Cobb. Specifically, I don't know about the others, but the statement was taken out of context, and it really is disheartening to see that our community is so fragile that people's egos can be bruised and that they will go after somebody because they even think that they went after them. It's not a good look, and so I wanted to come out and say, hey, guys, maybe you should go watch the video instead of listening to your community members. So that you're not being made a butthole of, right? Because Sam's a legitimately good person. And it upsets me to know that our community, that people in our community are quick to judge what somebody has said based upon what they're being told in their chat, right? And especially when it's somebody that I deeply respect that was making these comments. That's why I'm not saying his name. You know who you are, and I really encourage you to go look at Sam's video. It wasn't an attack against you, and I appreciate you too. This is I have to tread on eggshells in making this statement, because I know that there's a lot of ego in our space, myself included. So I'm not saying that I'm special in this regard, right? We all have our opinions, we all have our beliefs, and at the end of the day, many of us are making some degree of livelihood from our YouTube channels. And so it is very easy to go after somebody else in the community, and I hope that's not the underlying driver, but I fear that may be when such responses and actions are being made by individuals in our community. So please, you know who you are, who I'm talking to you if you're listening to this part in my video. Please just go watch Sam's video for yourself and really pay attention to what he's actually saying. It's not anything against you, and I really respect your content. That's why I tune into your channel literally every day, and that's why I'm putting this little message here at the end, hoping that you are actually, listening to my content. I doubt that, but hey, maybe you are, maybe you're not. Either way, I just wanted to say my 2 cents, give my piece on the situation, because I do deeply appreciate all the content creators in our community, because there's so much to really dive into with this space that no one mind is going to be able to provide our viewers, you listening to me right now. I cannot provide you a full image myself of what's going on, because I just don't I don't have enough time in life to have specialized in all the areas that the people in our community have specialized in throughout their lives to provide you their viewpoint, right? So with all that said, drama aside, right? I know that most people out there do not enjoy drama, myself included, but I just wanted to try and hopefully diffuse the situation and hopefully not drag myself down into the gutters because somebody's going to go and tell these individuals that I'm talking crap on them, right? That would be fantastic. Not really. Sarcasm. And that's exactly what Sam I Am was being. Sarcastic, self-deprecative, and people were trying to smear him before our other content creators. So that's my 2 cents. That's my piece. If you enjoyed my content, if you enjoyed the earlier part, not this really, obviously, please be sure to hit that subscribe and ring that bell if you're new. And if nothing else, leave me a like or dislike if you completely disagree with everything that I've said in this video and you didn't find anything valuable, right? Just interact. And if you really didn't like it, if you hit that dislike, at least put a comment in the comment section down below saying what you disliked about the content, so that hopefully I can avoid upsetting people. But if you just disliked it because you dislike our XRP, well, I got a finger for you, and it's between these 3, right? So at any rate, I hope you all have a wonderful day. As always, I can't wait to see all of you in my next video on Mars.